Hello everybody, welcome to iExamB. Embrace the iExamB learning experience. I'm going to talk about NICL AO Legal exam, the mains preparation strategy. We are going to have a discussion on how you can start your preparation for NICL AO Legal mains. The prelims is over, you had QRE in the prelims. Many students have been asking me about the expected cutoff, and I think the cutoff will be somewhere in the range of 50-55. Sectional cutoff for English can go up to 15. Plus minus 2 or 3. For reasoning ability and quantitative aptitude, let's take the sectional cutoff as 8 plus minus 2. You can also understand the expected cutoff from the NICL exam. The prelims of NICL AO legal exam had QRE, and this was the sectional and overall cutoff for prelims. In English language 11.75 was the sectional cutoff. Reasoning and quant में कम गई थी sectional cutoff 2.25 and 3, and the overall cutoff for prelims was 44.75. In this range only, around 50 plus minus 3-4 marks, you can expect the cutoff for NICL legal as well. Now moving to the mains. In mains, you have 6 subjects: reasoning, English language, general awareness, computer knowledge, quantitative aptitude, and then your specialized area. Then you have descriptive question, in which there is essay, précis, comprehension. Descriptive is online mode. Sectional timing is also given. Sectional cutoff is also present. The number of questions are 40 in the first 5 sections and 50 in the next section. You have already studied QRE for prelims. So for these 3 topics, you have to practice moderate to difficult level questions. I'm expecting the exam level to be somewhere moderate. So keeping that in mind, you can practice for QRE. Coming to your GA, the recent 4-5 months GA is relevant for this exam. Right now, the mains exam date is not out. So the recent 4-5 months GA, and with special focus on the economic sector, on the finance sector and insurance area, is important. You'll also get certain questions from other areas like national and international affairs, obituaries, appointments, awards, etc. So you'll have to study recent 4-5 months GA. Then coming to your computer knowledge, this is a scoring area. If you have basic understanding of computers, you can easily score good enough marks over here. And then you have your law subject. As the syllabus is not out, I am going to discuss expected syllabus, the areas from which you can expect questions in the legal part. First of all, starting with the syllabus, pause the screen here, read out the topics. These are same as what you find in prelims. Then coming to your quant, if you are weak in quant, I have already highlighted the topics. Follow DI, quadratic equation, number series first, and then you can move on to study the other areas. In general awareness, banking, insurance, financial terms, banking, insurance, financial, current affairs, types of insurance, about the 4 general insurance companies, NIACL, UIIC, OICL, and NICL. Know about all these 4, financial and capital market, then various current affairs. You can follow iExamB's Bpedia in order to prepare for current affairs. Then coming to your law part, IPC, CRPC evidence, you have to study the old laws and also the new ones. Major focus on the new ones, especially on the amendments and the new provisions that have been added. Then CPC, constitution, contract, specific relief, arbitration, transfer of property, limitation, RTI, Law of Torts, Consumer Protection Act, companies, IBC, LLP, partnership, and the insurance laws. Apart from these, insurance, IRDA, General Insurance, Motor Vehicle Act, there are 2 more acts from which we have seen questions in NICL. One is Registration Act and another is Recovery of Debt and Bankruptcy Act, earlier known as RDBFI Act. So we have seen questions from this. In NICL AO mains, there were 40 questions, and these were the areas from which questions came. So you will have to study all these topics. There were 2 topics from which question came. You don't need to refer to that because you really cannot predict if any 2 or 3 questions comes from outside the mentioned areas. So there were 2 questions from IPC, 4 from CPC, 2 from CRPC, 6 from Companies Act, Recovery of Debt and Bankruptcy Act 2, Consumer Protection Act 2, Constitution 4, Registration 2, Transfer of Property Act, IBC, FEMA 2, 1 and 1, then SEBI Act 1, RTI 1, Arbitration 1, then Limitation Act 3, Partnership Contract, and Insurance Act 1. Then there was also UIIC's exam, in which there was a legal subject and syllabus was also given. There were 50 questions in UIIC AO written exam. This was the syllabus that was disclosed. The Constitution, Insurance, Motor Vehicle, Consumer Protection, Arbitration, National Legal Service Authority Act, Basics of Indian Evidence, IPC, Insurance, Torts, Indian Contract, Basis of CPC. UIIC asked questions from this syllabus only. These were the number of questions that came from various acts. There was one question from GA. The executive chairman of NALSA was asked. Other than that, 5 questions from IPC, 6 from CPC, 2 from Insurance, 9 from Motor Vehicle Act, 2 from Legal Services Authority Act, 5 from Consumer Protection Act, 6 from Constitution, Arbitration, Evidence, SEBI. All these were the questions from these areas. For this exam, you will also have to study computer knowledge. So coming to your computer syllabus, these are the major topics from which you can expect questions. There are 40 questions. Mostly these are theoretical. You can go through the notes. You can go through certain sources which are available to you and prepare for computer. In NICL AO mains, the overall cutoff was 85.5 from 200. So keeping that in mind, here your maximum marks are 250. The cutoff may go somewhere 100 plus, maybe somewhere near 120, 130. So keeping that in mind, target your score and know your strengths and weaknesses. When you attempt a mock test, you will be able to see how much questions you are able to attempt and accordingly revise. Suppose if you are studying 7 to 8 hours in a day, then you can divide your time equally among 3-4 subjects in a day. GA, law and computer may take more of your time, especially the GA and the law part. So accordingly divide your time, maybe 3 to 4 hours to law on a daily basis, 1 to 1.5 hours to GA on a daily basis, and the rest time devote to practice of reasoning, English, quant, and studying computer. So in this way you can study for these topics. Now if you want to know what are the types of questions in law which have come in NICL AO mains and UIIC AO written exam, you can find the PYPs attached in the description below. Check out the type of questions. I will also discuss them in my upcoming videos. So that's all for now. We at iExamB help you prepare 50% faster with a crisp and concise content. Subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned. Thank you.